Hi everyone, how's all doing? This is a Hornby Black 5 that was sent to me by somebody called Malcolm, and he said that the locomotive isn't running too well because the tender is kind of jumping about going round the curves. I think this will also have other problems because I'm looking at the valve gear here and it doesn't look right. So I strongly suspect this will lock up when it's going. Yeah, look, see. Wheels are locking up. So this isn't going to run well at all. So I'll turn on the power anyway just to see if the thing's got any life in it. Yes it does, but you see what happens? So there's been some jiggery faffery going on with this valve gear I think, so we'll need to sort that out, and once we get it running we can test it on the curves to see what's going on with the tender. But we'll give this a good overhaul. I think this also has the old that problem. Oh, that's a different ringfield motor. Wasn't expecting that. That's interesting. Right, okay, let's get to the bench and have a look. Okay, so I'll look at the tender in a minute, but I want to fix this because this isn't right. It's at the wrong angle, so it looks like somebody's had this off for some reason. I'm just wondering if this part here, this little crank bit, is in the wrong position as well. That lets me bend that motion bracket back. Get that out. There. So now it's going the right way. Okay. And hopefully, there we go, that doesn't lock up anymore. Alright, okay, let's have a look at this because this is intriguing me because I think this is a ringfield motor I've not seen before. This has been stuck on with a bit of sticky tape, so we'll sort that. Yeah, what's going on here? I've not seen one of those before, so in the comments please, what is this ringfield all about? I was expecting this to be just yet another ringfield motor, but it's different. That's exciting. It's the weight off. Oh, it's soldered on. That's not so clever. So it's like a white plastic motor casing and a brass front plate. It all looks, much better quality than the usual stuff. And I don't like those clips for keeping the gears on. How do we get into these brushes? Do these just pop off? Yep. They're not very secure looking. I guess really what you're supposed to do is just give them a bit of a squeeze and that'll keep them a bit more secure. Yeah, so let's stick a battery on this. Okay, I don't want to get too distracted by this motor, but I think we'll give it a service. But the problem that I've been told to look at is the tender jumps about. Let's just check the field spacing. It's okay, and that one doesn't matter, and that's a bit wide, so let's, not too much. It's probably okay. It's probably okay, but that wheel there is a bit squint. Yeah, it's got a crack in it. Fortunately, I have been supplied with some spare wheels, so we definitely need to replace that one. I might as well look at the other one as well. And ooh, that's a dirty axle. So that one's okay. Okay, so that wheel there has got a different size flange than the others. So we'll replace both these drive wheels, I think. I will give this a proper clean and a service, but I just want to see if I can see what the actual problem is with this. Okay, that's that one on. Okay, so I've replaced the two drive wheels, these two there, check the wheel spacing. We'll stick this on the layout just like this and see what happens. Okay, let's turn on the power. Not hearing anything untoward in the tunnel. Let's see what happens around the corner here. Not seeing an issue there. So if there was an issue with the tender, I say one of the drive wheels was quite squint and there was odd wheel flange sizes and the wheel spacing was a bit out. So sorted that. I think that will be okay. It's actually running not bad at all. The wheels are very dirty, and with that, poor pickup on the drawbar, I was expecting that to run quite lumpy, but no, it doesn't. Okay, so let's get a look at this unusual ringfield motor. Get this weight off again. Righto. So, I think these just come off. Surprised the this one's stiffer. Oh, pjoing! There we go. See, that's what you expect to happen. Fortunately, the spring didn't disappear. I got caught out there because this one, the spring didn't spring out. The spring's a lot more compressed. I'll maybe replace that spring actually. Doesn't seem a very secure way to hold in the brushes, I have to say. So one's come out, just the one. It's trying to come out, that one. And there's that wire come off, but kind of thought that might happen. We'll resolder that. There's the other brush, and they are very different sizes. Wow. So we'll remove this plate and see what state the commutator is in. Nice brass screws and a brass front plate. I do like my brass. So I'm guessing this is possibly a very early ringfield motor. I don't know. Just seems a bit. Oh, right. No, actually, I thought that was just going to hold the plate in, but it actually takes the whole motor out. But it can't do because of the pinion, so I'd have to pull the pinion. Oh, blimey. Right, surely this just comes off. Yes, it does. Like that. So it's a bit manky, and so is the commutator. The gears, I really don't like these clips. I can't remember what you call them, but I really don't like them. They're difficult things to remove. These brushes in, yeah. And we'll pull the wheels. Let me to get that out. Can I get that out on its own without removing that other gear? Even the gears of this thing are a little bit different. I don't know if you can see, there's a sort of a raised circle around there, and I think that's acting almost like a bearing. It's preventing the whole gear from rubbing against the motor chassis here. So that's actually not a bad idea. There it goes. Right, so that'll come off. I mean, it is all much better quality, this, I have to say. Okay, I'll put these gears to one side just now. And then, you know what's coming now. It's clean the commutator with T-cut time. So dab on the T-cut. polish this up, give it a wee scoosh of that. That's a bit better. Okay, we'll scoosh out the axle shafts with contact cleaner. See the dirt that comes out. These wheels are actually clean. I'm just going to put some contact cleaner on the axles. Get all the rubbish off them. Oh, the wee washer there. Where did that come from? Alright, that must go in there. There was a comment recently in one of my videos about the state of my toothbrush. The toothbrush isn't really to clean things, it's just to get rid of material. It doesn't really matter that it's dirty, that we're saying I should use a new one or go and wash it. Doesn't matter, just a brush. Give this a going over with that. That's what cleans it, not the brush. And then we'll clean through these brush retainers. And so, and there is a little soft washer there. So we'll get some gear oil into here. Screw this back on. Lots of lovely grease. And then these go on there like that. That one goes on there. And there we go. Put this clip on again, which should, in theory, be easier to put on than it was to take off. Like that. Some of this Pico Power Lube stuff, which I think any light oil will do. Which way around are we going? Let's go to the gear, so it's going that way. Through there. And pop on the drive wheel. Right, okay, brushes and springs. I'm going to fit new ones because I don't want to put these old ones in where you've got one that's about half the size of the other one. That's just not right. So, pop that one in there. Now, I haven't done one of these before, so I'm wondering if you put the spring in there first, and then push that in. Push that down. A wee bit of a squeeze. Seems to work. Need to put a little bit of fresh solder on this. Okay, I just want to fit that on loose just now because I'm going to make a couple of clips to keep the tender body on. Now, when I've done this a couple of times in the past, I've cut some brass to make the clips. But I've actually found some strip metal that will work better in my shed. Hang on a second. So yeah, I'd forgotten I had this stuff. I got some of this when I was repairing an old clock, and it's quite springy. So I think this will be good for making a clip, and it'll. Let's see, I'll do the one at the back first. I think this will be better than the brass one. Right, so I need to bend. It's not as easily bent as brass though, that's the only thing. And then bend that end in. I'll need to make one of these for the front as well, I think, for this, because there's nothing to hold it in place at the front. There we go. So I'll make one for the front, and that should be good to go. Okay, so after a bit of head scratching, so I've made the usual type of clip that I've put in the back of tenders before, which holds the back on, and at the front I couldn't do the same sort of clip on either side because there's not much room underneath the weight. and also it starts to hit the front of the tender body, so it wouldn't really work. So I put a little, same idea, but I've just put it on at the end. So you fit this over, put it at the front first, and just push that down, and that's reasonably secure. Locomotive, I think, hopefully, fingers crossed, all we'll need to do here is give the wheels a clean, give the thing a bit of an oil, and we'll see how it goes. As I say, if there's any lumpy running, we can look at improving the connectivity, but it seemed to be running fine when I was running it before though, so hopefully we won't have to do that. Okay, so we'll do the wheel cleaning thing. The front bogie wheels are in a right old mess. A lot of fluff in there. The plating's all coming off. Yeah, they're not in good nick at all. I'm not even going to try and clean them. Yeah, I'd be looking to replace those at some point soon. Clean all the T-cut off with contact cleaner. Okay, I'm going to scooch a bit contact cleaner in these axles just to give them a bit of a clean out, because the only way to get these axles out is to pull the wheels, and I did that on my own Black 5, but you know, I don't want to do that unless I really have to. Some power lube in, get some fresh oil into all the linkages. Right, we shall pop this body back on. Okay, so let's go and stick this in the layout and see how it runs. Okay, let's see how this goes. Seems okay. I'll put this round the inside to look, see how it copes with the tighter radius curves. No problem. Okay, I'm sending this round my branch line here, which is the tightest radius curve I have. It's doing that absolutely fine. It's running very well actually. Let's bring it back into the siding, connect it up to some coaches. So there we go, that's this old Hornby Black 5 running fine. I'm actually quite surprised at how well it runs actually, it's very smooth. The ringfield motor in there, that weird ringfield motor, does make a slightly distinctive sound. It's a bit whinier, but I don't think there's much you can really do about that, it's just different. So yeah, please let me know about that motor in the comments. That's very interesting to see that. So yeah, there we go, another one sorted. What's next? Catch you later, folks.